Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is episode 23 of Season 2 of the Wacky Random Challenge. Joining me once again is my partner in crime, Mr. Hamish Shopwith. Hello to you, sir.
Hello.
And it's Shopwith then. I've now named you Hamish Shopwith.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You've been called worse, and by me too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've probably been called worse by you, to be honest.
We move on from the disastrous Daytona Rallycross. Oh, that's a point. No, there is a. We've been talking about doing Dirtfish off camera. There is a rally. Yes. There's a Daytona International Speedway Rallycross.
Oh, cool. Oh, well, we'll do that one.
We'll do that. Now, what we decided to do off air, we were kind of umming and ahhing on what we were going to do with regards to the cars and what have you, because taking a GT1 on a dirt track would just be the other side of ridiculous, even for the Wacky Random Challenge. So what we are going to do, what I've decided to do, is basically the dreaded spreadsheet. There it is. Let's move it over there so it's bigger. We are just going to keep rolling until we get a Rallycross car, either the old Oldsberg, the Rallycross Light, the standard, the modern Rallycross cars, or the vintage Rallycross cars. We're just going to keep rolling until we get one of those. So let's see. Let's go through the list until it gives us something we can use. It's giving us some great cars. It's giving us some really horrible cars too. This could take a while.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see. See what.
There it is.
We end up getting.
It has given us the Polo.
Hello, that was quick.
VW Polo Rallycross Supercar.
The bizarre thing is we haven't rolled a single rally car.
No, we
in
haven't.
All the episodes. We've only done it where we've chosen the Australite, whatever it's.
The Oldsberg, yeah, the Superlight. That was one of the CAD ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. That was so much fun.
I think that's the most fun that I've had in Project Cars to date. but there's been a lot of fun moments in this Wacky Random Track Challenge. Also,
the opponent categories are. Should we leave them as, because it's given us vintage GT3, Touring GTA, and F1C.
Out of interest, I think we should.
I think we should.
Out of curiosity.
It'll probably pick, as we've seen it do before. It'll probably pick all Rallycross anyway. But let's give it a go. Let's actually have that, the opponents, because they can struggle.
Sure. I wonder if, we're always like talking about the amount of different cars, so if you have GT3s, it's all GT3s or whatever. I wonder if it's priority order in considering what categories you click first, fourth. So the fourth, so if you had GT3s first, it uses all of those. And if you had them last, I wonder if it
Well, if any time it's done all of the same categories, it's interesting about that, because it's always done all of the categories that we are in, so it might put our category as the priority one. That's an interesting thought.
I haven't thought about that before. Yeah.
Anyway, so the categories it's given us for our opponents, bearing in mind there's only 6 cars on a Rallycross circuit, which is true to real life. You wouldn't want a 30-car grid in a Rallycross circuit. That's just bumper cars waiting to happen.
Well, they're not very long normally. They're like normally a mile and a half most. You have the exceptions to like all these things, but they tend not to be very long.
So it's given us GT3, Vintage Touring GTA, and Vintage F1C. What the hell is that? That's that one, I think.
Vintage F1C. That is
that one. Big pardon. Not that one's that one.
Vintage F1C.
Vintage F1C is.
It'll be a Lotus of some sort.
Correct. It's the 72D, the 49C, and the 49.
Oh, so Formula C car or Formula 3 car?
No, they're all Formula 1 cars.
Are they? Oh,
yes.
Oh, my mind getting mushy.
It happens. Right, I'm just having a quick look through the rest of the settings to make sure they're stuff. And for the first time, I think ever, it's a clear day that it's rolled us.
No way.
It has.
So, I'm going to bring up something, a very sensitive subject. So, are you prepared? Oh dear.
I'm sat down.
Okay. So, I've been playing Forza 7.
No, yes, you mentioned that.
Yeah. You've had time to process it now. I didn't want to drop the F-bomb Oh, God, shit. Oh, yes. I just made that up as I went along.
You enjoyed that, didn't you? Serve us up.
That's a Baroni bus, my Baroni bus moment, or whatever.
Go on, yeah.
Oh, I've been having a look. I gotta say, the car list for that is pretty cool. There's
Awesome.
715 cars.
God alive, there can't be that much difference between a lot of them. 700?
So 700 cars. A lot of them, to be fair, are the same car. So, for example, you'd have a BMW 520, you'd have a 540i or a 530d or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you have those kind of things where they're the same car but not quite.
Yeah.
Just engine size, to be honest. But
server is up.
But they have some really cool cars. They have like similar in F1. They have like some of the classic F1 cars. They have a McLaren from '91. They have Jean Alesi's Ferrari from '92,
Nice.
I think. Have Nigel Mansell's Ferrari from '86. It's pretty cool. They have some really good cars.
Awesome. Because that was something that Forza's prided themselves on, is just the range
It is
of cars.
just the car roster. I mean, Project Cars can't do that simply. Well, no, I say they can't do it. They can do it. It's just the amount of it will take them literally 10 years because of the level of detail. Slightly mad go to is ridiculous. You know.
Yeah, I bet. And you can't have such distinct differences between a roster that big. Physically impossible.
I'd go as far as
I love the world record for this. Sorry, coming back to P-Cars too. I love the world record. 34 seconds. Dead.
Yeah, I know. That's mad.
Awesome.
I mean, I imagine a Formula 1 car in Forza is a Formula 1 car. Like in Project Cars, if you drove a Formula
We have a
C,
GT3 in the field. Sorry, we have one GT3. I can't tell it. I think it's a Porsche, but I can't quite tell.
Well, I want a loose setup for this because I think it'll work better. Because I kind of want a bit more excitement in the rear end.
Is that right? Now, interestingly, when you come to load the setups for this car, it says there is a Daytona International Speedway Rallycross setup specifically.
Oh, is there?
Well, that's what the top says, but then when you go to load setup, there's only Circuit Rallycross. Oh well, if it gives me a default setup for this car, then I'm going to run it. Oh, this should be easy. You are going to ruin it.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out. But I just need to remember what my handbrake button is. Oh, bollocks. I've been playing F1.
I've gone totally the wrong way. Oh no, that's the Joker thing, isn't it? That grey highlighted road. You and I just flew off the road.
Yeah, I need to change my do. I just forget. I was playing F1 yesterday, so it's all different.
I don't know where that. Are the GT3 cars leading?
No, it's only because I'm not racing.
The GT3 now in second. Oh. Wow, ow.
Right. The campaign starts now. Go. Go.
Oh, come on. Yeah, handbrake. I'm not used to having to think about the handbrake.
Yeah, well, I'm just not.
Whee! Oh, the GT3 cars. It's actually a Ginetta, and it's just spun.
Oh shit! I'm what was I gonna say? This Mullering you're talking about hasn't gone to plan.
Oh no, wall.
What position you in?
5th. I'm in a points paying position. Oh, there's you.
Oh my god, I'm a lap down. This isn't good.
No, that didn't work.
Oh, hello.
You just see me skidding backwards.
But I'm a lap down, so I need to catch up quite a bit.
Boing!
Yes, but like I was saying, I think in Forza, a Formula 1 car is a Formula 1 car. There's basically no difference. So I think they've got the basic handling models.
It's just different skins.
Tried them out, yeah. Basic different skins and that sort of stuff and aesthetics. They have different you know.
What's the sort of setup customization like?
It's okay. It's
Is it fairly detailed, or is it just kind of fairly rudimentary?
it's not like Project Cars. It's probably more like F1 really, fairly casual. It has all the settings like anti-roll bar and all that kind of stuff. But it's you know, it's nothing major.
Oh my god. Oh, no.
So I was playing F1 Open lobbies online yesterday.
Oh,
I had quite a lot of fun. Yeah, well, I ended up winning 2 of them,
Nice.
and I came outside the top 10 in one. It was Circuit of the Americas, which I know wellish, not massively well, but you know, well enough to get around it. Anyway, I was about 3 seconds a lap quicker than P2.
Wow.
So, but I think I don't know, if the AOR guys were to go around there, I'd probably be like a second or so off the pace, I would have thought, per lap.
No, that's spun again.
But I guess I had good fun.
My wheels come off my desk.
Oh no! That's pretty catastrophe.
Oh, that happened. Do you remember Vice Guy from AOR?
Yes.
He was the first person I had a joking feud with in my time at AOR. It all sprung out. The whole wheel coming off the desk thing will come clear in a minute. I have to tell you the leading up story. It came about where he was in season 5, my first full GT3 series. Oh, I'm off again, and so are you. Where were you going?
Well, it was yeah.
Didn't really matter.
Direction.
Whoa, no. Okay, I'm going to take a left. I'm going to take a right hander by turning left.
So with the Rallycross tracks, are we doing 2 lots of Rallycross cars, or are we doing?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
2 different cars. Anyway, coming back to what I was saying about Vice Guy. What I used to do was in the practice session, in the warm-up session before a race would start, people would use it to make sure the wheel was working, force feedback settings were okay, and stuff like that. I would come out and just have a lap of the track.
Yes, I remember. You used to do that, like, kind of parade lap type thing on your streams. At least I saw it on your streams once or twice. You sort of went out and did 1 lap.
Yeah, but that's all you really had time, because it was like a 5-minute session.
Sure.
We're about to be lapped by the GT3 car. And I was watching his stream back just to see how it looked from his side, kind of thing. And he said, "Oh, there's King-Kodiak, let's crash into him." I was like, "Oh yeah, really?" So we had just a jokey feud where he would sit behind me, and it would really put me off. Oh no, sorry.
Oh,
well howled.
Good old Mika Hakkinen, yeah.
Not even he was that sideways. Not in a fair F1 car, anyway. So that's how the joking feud started. Now, the whole wheel off thing, we were doing... The race was Bathurst. Okay, just sliding sideways.
Yeah,
and,
so had a race.
It was a race at Bathurst, and I was doing my usual thing, cycling through the field and commentating on who was what. And I saw him, and he was sat still. He was totally stationary. So, oh no, he's disconnected, he's had a major problem. And then he got going again. All the GT3 Ginetas spun around and was facing the wrong way.
Yep.
You may have had a hand in that.
Yeah. Well, I definitely didn't help the situation. He wasn't broken before I got there, he is now.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch!
And I wondered, so I saw the myself, what happened there? And, he streamed his race as he used to do. So I watched his stream back, and at the skyline, the wiggly bit before you start coming down the mountain. You know the bit I mean about this, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
You saw it because he used to have his webcam on as well.
Yes.
And you saw him just kind of lean right up. And you go, ooh, as he was braking quite hard, and he actually pulled his wheel off the desk. You actually just heard this mighty great bang as the clamps let go.
Oh dear.
He hadn't broken it, he just pulled the thing off.
Oh dear, brilliant. I've never had that issue.
I've only had it where I haven't done the wheel up enough. I've actually skidded past the start-finish line on the grass, so...
I've had it before when my wheel has been loose, so during the race I've just had to like tighten up. You know, for driving course, you've got those like two little knobs to I've had it before where I've had to sort of tighten those up, but nothing.
Yeah, I've had that loads of times.
But nothing major. I guess I'm not doing well here.
No.
I think I'll be better in round 2, to be honest.
Let's hope so.
Because I had to change my degrees of rotation from...
Oh, my rear left is bright orangey red.
Yeah, all my tyres.
Oh, your tyres are completely ruined.
They're probably not like, you know, whatever, 1.2 something or other millimetres of depth. They're definitely not that. Yeah, well, Vice Guy used to, he might still be. Do you know or heard of a guy called Sterling DK?
Sterling DK, yes.
Yeah, well, Sterling DK and Vice Guy, back in the day when I was actually good at F1, we used to, well, they were like split 3 or something. Right. They were like teammates, very good pals. And I was obviously in split 1, and I always did the social race on a Thursday because just because I like doing them, to be honest. And it was good, and for me that was my race practice because I often did it at the time on other days of the week to do it. And so Sterling, DK, and Vice Guy. I mean, they were in the split 3. Anyway, I was quite a lot quicker than them, and it was in Malaysia. So I was coming up to lap then, however many laps into the race, and those two are battling. And like you said, Vice Guy's just like, hey Sterling, do you want to take out Hamish? So I'm there, right behind him, planning my attack basically.
Yeah, as you do.
Because ideally I did actually want to get killed. Because
sorry.
I didn't really want to get killed because it's like, well, this is my race practice.
Yeah.
What to do for the race. Anyway, off I go, flying past Sterling and...
It was Stelling, wasn't it? As opposed to Sterling?
Oh, I think Sterling.
I'm pretty sure it's Sterling, but it's the same person nonetheless.
Yeah. Anyway, Sterling and Vice Guy, they just suddenly sandwiched me. As we're going down the straight, they're squeezing me. All 4 wheels of the car just pop off. Simultaneously. I mean, it wasn't very kind, I must say. It was good fun, though.
Look at our laps compared to the rest. Oh dear. Tell you what, that GT3 wasn't. That GT3 wasn't as much slower than the other Rallycross as I thought it would be.
No.
Looking at I mean, it probably didn't help that it got spun out a few times by
3 seconds a lap slower.
Considering a Rallycross against a GT3 car here, that's nothing to... Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Oh, fucking hell, that's so hard.
That was difficult, yeah. Hopefully I do better than... I'm not very good at those high-powered...
Well, let's see what we get second time round. Probably another modern rally car.
Yes, I would have thought.
Actually, just having a look through the list. I've got an idea. We'll keep the opponent categories the same.
Yeah, okay.
Because you just said you're not so good at the high-powered rally cars, so what about...
Sure. There's some Ford Escort.
There is indeed a Ford Escort. That's exactly what I was going for.
They're good fun. Oh, do you remember the old Peugeot 206s rally? Oh, God, they look so cool.
Yeah, where the roll cage looked far way too big for the tiny little shell. That it was
Yeah,
making.
I know. I used to love those cars when Peugeot sort of just made Peugeots.
Yeah.
And they became a bit boring, but the original ones were so cool.
Well, the RS200.
Oh, hang on a minute. Right, what car is it? Right,
Ford Escort.
Ford. I can choose all of them. Oh,
Oh, well, you should be able to select the Ford Escort then.
WRX. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can't actually choose.
There's a vintage Rallycross, not in the WRX category.
No, I can't. Right, hang on 2 seconds. I need to restart the game. That annoying bug, unfortunately, which
so stupid.
I don't know why they've made it like that. It's just very odd.
I don't think it's an intentional.
No, I'm sure it's not intentional. It's just very
what was the weather roll actually? A foggy night.
Oh,
You fancy a foggy night?
yeah, go on.
Why not?
Why not?
It can't get any worse. Fog. It's dry.
Well, that's good. I mean, where doesn't make a huge difference, to be honest. Because you're kind of just
the mud gets a bit stickier, I suspect.
Yeah, I mean, I did like how those WRX felt really. You could really feel the wheel sort of lose tension, went up the bumps, going downhill. It's really nice, good feeling. Right, I'm on the Ford X.
Oh, liveries. Let's look at liveries. A decent selection of them. Oh, there's one. There's one that kind of reminds me of like the Crazy. You remember the game Crazy Taxi from way back when?
Yes. I think I know which one you've gone for. Is it?
Well, no, I wasn't going to go for it, but Andy
see.
Clark, number 60 and 61 were the ones I was thinking of for that. I'm going to go for that one. What did that say? Oh, I thought it said Hamish. It said Homerike.
I was going to say, flipping out. Jeez, what if I'm in the game? I might be in the game.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah,
That'd be cool. That would be really cool. Yeah. SRT, Sopwith Racing.
Better than HRT, Hamish Racing Team. That you wouldn't want that abbreviation, I don't think.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, not only that, because HRT they were mediocre to crap. So, so yeah. In fact, no, they're just crap.
They were just pretty naff.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, they were always used to race. You used to have that race where you had the Marushas, Virgin, and HRT all in the same category. Oh, it's a 3 and 3.
Three GT3s.
So you always used to have that little race of 6 cars on the back, which sometimes were kind of interesting because they were all kind of competing against each other, not necessarily for points, but it was, it was interesting to see how they.
Bit of inter-team pride, so to speak. My brother used to. Fun fact: my brother used to own one of these cars, not a Rallycross version.
Oh, cool.
Oh, the GT3's just pushing off the line.
Oh God, here we go. Oh, I gotta say, power is not where this thing comes into its own.
Do we have headlights? That's a short car.
Well, I would have thought so.
You don't tend to. No, I don't think we do.
Oh, that's odd.
I think there's a fair amount of ambient light. Oh my God! Bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, clank. There's loads of ambient light.
Yes, it'll be alright. Oh God, I've just been spinning on the spot. This isn't good.
Really? Oh, I'm far more getting the grips with this car than I did the Polo. The GT3s are just gone.
Oh God. This is not my PS resistance, I gotta say. And the thing is, I've had quite a lot of practice at this with these Rallycross cars.
Just not here.
From the beta, but...
Well, maybe the handling characteristics are very different.
Yeah, thanks. That's a very kind way of saying I'm crap, thanks.
No. Just saying why you might be struggling a bit more than you thought you would.
Because I didn't do any practice on the Daytona Rallycross board. It was mainly on Dirtfish, I know very well. well. Which is next.
Which is after this, yes.
Because we actually thought it was this
We
round.
thought, yeah. I didn't actually realise Daytona had a Rallycross circuit.
I knew they had it, it's just they didn't really... It's one of those tracks that don't really come to mind.
This is not what you think of when you hear Daytona.
No, not really.
Oh, clunk.
Oh, damn it. I find it quite hard to slide the car to this. Or to hold it anyway. Maybe I just won't use a handbrake. Maybe that's the trick.
Yeah, I haven't used handbrake much on this game. I knew this would be a struggle.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. But it's good fun. But I kind of feel... I don't know, I just don't feel it's quite as much fun as we've had before in these Rallycross cars.
Oh. Just hang on to that. There goes the Rambo.
Hang on, no wonder the GT3s are so fast. They don't actually do the jump because they can't do it.
They actually go round.
They go round it, yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, well at least the guy in front of me just did.
Alright. I doubt I'll stay close enough, long enough to know.
Well, I'm going to give it a go, although he's just putting... They pull away on the road bit.
Oh yeah. Oops, a little bit too much slide-away action going on there.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, the GT3 ahead of me just literally bypassed just went around the outside of the jump. Oh, and then just spins me round. Thanks a bunch.
Oh, I can't be too far behind you, man. Oh, I can see you. Oh, that's so naughty. I just cut a massive part of the track. Oh my god.
I really need to put a disclaimer on these videos saying, do not judge the performance of the car by the performance of us.
Yeah.
I found myself saying that quite a lot in the first series.
Yes. Well, I remember one of your very first... In fact, it was round Bannock Ray. Now, was that your first Project Car series you did?
Bannock Ray was my first, yes. The Blessed Bay Challenge was my very first video series, yes. It was every car but Bannock Ray in the wet.
Yeah, and I think I saw you doing like Lotus F1 cars at one point.
Yeah.
Which seemed like it might have been one of your first ones you did. I can't quite remember.
Well, again, there would have been an alphabetical order, so it would have been kind of towards the middle of the list.
Aerial Atoms, that's what I saw you. And I think you're in the V8 one.
Oh, that's...
I'm going to say, the standard of driving to car was probably a bit cramped.
Oh yeah, standard of driving. But then back then I set the AI on like 30% or something like that. All the driver rays were on, driver line was on. Yeah. I had the worst wheel you could think of. It was a terrible budget wheel.
Like I say, this truck, I'm not enjoying the truck. The car's good fun. I don't like it.
Well, we'll see how we get on at Dirt Vision in the next episode.
Yes.
I'm getting to grips with this. I'm getting to grips with this car far more than I did the Polo.
These cars require a lot of concentration.
Oh, sideways over the jump. Oh dear.
God,
that's not
don't say that, because I've just done the jump. How embarrassing is that? So there's you saying, oh, I'm going to muller you on this race. Well,
I thought you would.
I think I've got a better chance
Your time will come.
Yeah, it's just not here.
Just not here at Daytona.
We should do an F1 open lobbies, me and you, one day, and we can see what the bounty's like with the other people.
That's more a case of place you bets on how many laps you'll put on me.
Well, no, don't be so silly.
Well, I've never driven the F1. Well, no, sorry, that's not quite true. I drove F1 2016 for about 10 minutes, and I did about 15 minutes in the MP44 in F1 2017. That's as far as I've ever gone.
Okay.
Well,
apart from a few thousand hours, I think we'll be pretty even.
I actually fell off the jumper. What are you doing over there? Oh no, it's not you. Sorry, it's not you. One of the bots is stuck. I'm gonna go. What's he doing? I'm actually gonna go and investigate what this bot's doing.
Investigate? Oh god, that's a bad one, dude. Jill, if I say that, I am just spinning in circles.
He's just sat there.
Yes, I've just realised I'm in 5th, not 6th, and I was wondering why that
There's a GT3 that is just sat there. He's not even trying to go anywhere. Let's give him a push.
Do you want to make a cup of tea while you're at it? Or why are you rub it in my face a little bit more?
He does not seem to want to move, so I'm going to leave him there.
I think
It's very odd, that.
I'm trying to take this track too much like an F1 track. Like, I'm too concerned about the racing line. And although you sort of need to be, it's just, you need to do it in a different sort of way.
Yeah, very different mentality for Rallycross than standard driver. Did you ever play Live for Speed?
What, for speed?
Live for Speed.
No, I don't think I did. Do you ever play the original driver?
On the PS1?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Oh god, wasn't that groundbreaking at the time?
It was. It was one of the few games I ever kind of played before I went to work. You know, I got up early just to play a little bit before going to work that morning.
Yeah, for me, that was the same, but with F1. I used to, before school, so, you know, I started school at like what? I used to get there for like 8 o'clock, 8:30 or something. I used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. This is as like, you know, a 10-year-old or whatever. It was when F1 2010 was like.
You were 10 in 20. You weren't 10 in 2010.
No, I was.
I was gonna say.
What year is it now? I would have been. Oh god, 13 or 14 or something.
In 2010.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. I was 30 in 2010.
Yeah, it makes you show your age.
Yeah.
Well, for me it doesn't, because, you know, I think we just have different characteristics. You're just old and I'm not.
Well, as long as a characteristic per se, it's not exactly something I can alter. I was born in 1980, and there we go.
But I used to get up and play F1 2010 on sprint mode as a kid, and I used to love that. But I used to play on the PS3, not the PC.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know about you, but you sort of make the move to PC, and you don't look back, do you?
Yeah, never look back. Oh, I never have.
The only game I might get on the PlayStation is Gran Turismo Sport.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. That's more of a nostalgia thing. I've had all of them over the years.
Oh man, that was rather hard.
That was difficult. Yeah, that was.
Thank God they were in
wasn't
the.
as much fun as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be more fun, but I didn't really like.
Let's see how we get on at Dirtfish. But that is it for this episode. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.